You're about to enjoy an It Takes Three Network podcast.
It is said that we are all strapped to fortune's wheel. Nowhere is this truer than the ever-changing landscape of love. As one couple enjoys an upswing, another is plunged downwards. But top or bottom, don't get too comfortable, because the only thing you can rely on is that the wheel will keep turning. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
This is our second time recording this episode. We had power failure.
Oh my God, we were at the end too.
I was at the end of my summary and it just completely shut off. So if we are not as chipper as we once were, I am sorry. Anyway, welcome back to Three Gossip Girls, a Gossip Girl podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
Tonight we watched season 3, episode 20. It's a dad world. Original air date May 3rd, 2010. Written by Amanda Lasher. Directed by Jeremiah Chechik. Will's return to the Upper East Side continues to stir up problems for Serena, Lily, and his long-standing rival Rufus. Serena and Jenny's relationship is strained as a result of Jenny's deception. Blair spends time on the Columbia campus and realizes where she truly belongs. Dan learns that Vanessa has been keeping yet another secret from him.
Not good.
Not good. Glassful of gossip tonight was inspired by Columbia's mascot. His name is Roar-ree, R-O-A-R dash R-E-E. Cute. Like Roar-ree. Roar-ree. It's Rory's Brew, which was a spin on Serena's hot chocolate contest in the episode. So what I did was went to Starbucks, got a latte with almond milk, and then we put some mocha syrup in it to make it that chocolatey but also coffee. Because of Lions, I was thinking like energy, caffeine.
Yeah, it tasted like mocha.
Like a less sweet hot chocolate with more of like a sophisticated side.
Adult hot chocolate.
Yeah, an adult hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, so to begin the summary, we're going to talk about the Vanderwoodsons. We start off in the Empire with Serenade, who is having this silly romantic moments. They do this a lot where it's like no talking, but it's just like, let's just play with inanimate objects. Here's a newspaper. Let's throw it around. It's just so silly to me.
Do you know any couples like this? Because
No.
I know one.
Maybe Sam and Bobby.
Yes. But there's another one I can tell you off mic.
Okay. But like they play with these things
Yeah.
and it's like, okay. But Serena mentions that she's been sleeping there because things are crazy at home, and Nate suggests, why don't you go back to the penthouse so you can be with your mom while she's going through her cancer treatments. And so Serena is not wanting to do that, being that Jenny lives there and Jenny has been meddling in their relationship, and she is just fed up with her and doesn't want to see her. So she goes off to head to the Vanderwoodsons for brunch. Chuck comes in very hungover with all these women that he's been sleeping around with, and he's not really facing reality nor the fact that Lily is sick. And he hasn't gone to see Lily since she revealed she was sick. And so Nate suggests, why don't you go with Serena to brunch so you can see Lily? But of course, Chuck is not wanting to do that. Serena arrives at brunch with her family, and it's all a bit awkward, being that she's really mad at Jenny and she's pushing her down. Can you move out of my way? And then to make matters worse, she invites her dad to come along.
Inappropriate.
We're going to have an inappropriate counter in this episode because lots were inappropriate. And so no one's really sure on how to feel about William just yet, but Serena is really happy to have him there. William mentions that he was asked to do a speech at Columbia for Doctors Without Borders, and apparently this is his alma mater and alma mater. And Serena's super gung-ho. Yeah, I'm going to come and support you. I can't wait for you to meet Blair and Nate. And Lily then mentions, yeah, Rufus and I are going to come too because we're going to support you. And Rufus is, against his better judgment, is like, okay. Eric, however, not into this at all. He doesn't want anything to do with his father. He holds a lot of resentment and anger, and so he doesn't want really anything to do with him. So Serena and Jenny are sitting on the couch with William, and Serena's like trying to get to know her dad, having him telling him about her high school experience and her boarding school experience, and she's embellishing all of the things that she did because, as we know, Serena was a party girl, but she's telling her dad, I didn't party at all. I just was really into academics.
And she's trying to make up these accolades.
Yeah, because I get
so awkward.
It's really awkward. And so then Jenny is laughing, sipping her coffee on the couch saying, oh, Serena, I haven't heard any of these stories before. And Serena says, yeah, I won a contest for drinking hot chocolate. And so Jenny's like, huh, interesting. It's funny because my ex-boyfriend, Damien, he actually went to boarding school with Serena and he told me about her and this teacher and they went away to a bed and breakfast. And Serena's like, ugh, Jenny, shut up. I'm moving back in because I'm taking my old room back. And Jenny's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So then to make matters even worse, William says, yeah, I'm moving back in too, into the building on the first floor. So all of my family is under one roof.
Inappropriate again.
Inappropriate. And so everyone's like, oh shit. And of course, Serena's happy, but everyone else is like, this is super inappropriate. So later on, William tries to talk to Eric and catch up with him. And as we know, Eric and him have no relationship, and he's less than thrilled to hear his dad out on what he has to say. And so Eric admits, Dad, I'm gay, and last year I tried to kill myself, and you weren't there for it, and that's fine because I've realized I don't need a father, and don't try and come into my life now and push the envelope.
Yeah.
So Serena, she goes into Jenny's room, which was her old room, to get rid of all of Jenny's things. And she's throwing things out of the closet. The whole place is a mess. And Jenny comes in, starts yelling at her, like, don't touch my things. Serena says, well, you borrowed it and you're wearing it and that's still stealing. And so Rufus gets involved and says, look, Serena, why don't you move in, but into Chuck's room? And of course, Serena doesn't want to move to Chuck's room and Jenny doesn't want to stay in Chuck's room. And so Rufus wants to know why the girls are fighting, and Serena leaves saying, how many problems does Jenny have to cause before you realize that she's the problem?
It's the
pettiness.
I know. It's the pettiness. Yeah, but I see both sides here.
Yeah, because she meddled in Serena's relationship. And off mic, we were talking about how Serena doesn't normally act this petty, but the fact that Jenny keeps pushing and pushing her, she's like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with you.
She doesn't seek it out.
She does.
But if
she's
you
not
mess
Blair.
With her, she's not Blair. And she's not Jenny.
And she's not Jenny. And Jenny has a tendency to do that too.
Yeah.
So later on, Rufus questions Will's motives to Lily. And she insists, look, he's moving into the building just to be near his kids. And I'm not going to stop him because he's mentioned in the past that he's going to do it. And I told him not to come back unless he was really serious about it. This is his way of making amends. You know. Mm-hmm. But Rufus is very suspicious. So Rufus is upset and he calls Holland to ask for a favor, being that she's pretty much on the board at the building, and this denies William getting the apartment.
Did you think this was a good move, like a power move?
Yes, but also I guess it kind of ruined his relationship a little bit with Lily and with Serena. So
it's going behind his wife's back, which she's going behind his back. So I guess it's just a mess. The two of them.
It is a mess. And then in the chat, which I love, people were saying, "Oh man, I really hoped it was Eric that was going to call the board and say, I don't want my dad living in this building." That would have been great. That would have been a great twist.
He has a relationship with Holland.
Right. So Rufus calls Holland, says, hey, can you put in a favor for me?
Right.
So they're all going about their day, and Serena texts Blair later on that Jenny is just trying her patience over and over again. Now she's trying to, kick her out of her old bedroom, and so Blair ends up retaliating because of matters we will talk about later, but she posts on Gossip Girl that Jenny sold drugs. So now Jenny and Serena get into a huge argument because Jenny's afraid that Rufus is going to find out that she sold drugs, and she's just getting back into her father's good graces. And just because you have a shitty relationship with your dad and you're lying to him, my dad knows me, and I don't need this right now.
Which we were like,
he knows the real Jenny.
Yes, Jenny, but not so much Jenny.
Right. We know the gist of Jenny. He knows the gist of Jenny, but not everything
not
about
fully.
Jenny.
Yeah.
And Serena really doesn't have anything to say back to that. She's like, oh shit, she's kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Serena is upset later on because, as we know, William, that's a good ship name. Lilium
is a really, did we find the first good ship name on this show?
Lilium. I like it. It's so
fun
much,
to say.
It is fun to say.
Lilium.
William did not get the apartment in the building, and it's all Rufus's doing. And Serena confronts Rufus saying, I can't believe you did that. And Lily comes downstairs and says, oh, my Rufus would never do anything like that. And Rufus says, no, actually I did, because I'm scared that William is jeopardizing my family and my marriage. And both of Lily and Serena are looking at him saying like, probably wasn't a good move.
But also, Rufus is fed up.
He's fed up. He's so sick of this. He's like, I've been asking you to get another doctor at this point, and you're not
entertain it.
She won't. It's really bad.
And again, when you're going through something in your health, you're your own advocate, right? So you want to trust the person, be there for them, but enough is enough.
Right. Like, he doesn't want to push the envelope. Oh, my wife is sick. I don't want to bother her with these things. But it's really important that
you can't even entertain to get a second opinion.
Right.
Like, just to humor you, fine, I'll do it.
Right. She doesn't do that. And so Serena says, look, don't come to my dad's event. I think it would be best if you didn't show. So at the event, to tie in Chuck, he does end up going after Blair reasons with him that he's afraid he's going to lose another parent of his. And he ends up apologizing to Lily and says, my actions are inexcusable. And don't worry, I'm going to be here for you every step of the way. Pretty much like, I love you without saying it. It's very sweet. And they do hug. And he looks at her. He's like, you know, you look really great, even though you're sick. And she's like, oh, I feel great. I'm not going anywhere. So then Serena goes over to talk to William to admit that she lied and embellished her past. And he really doesn't care about any of that. He's like, hey, I don't care about your past. Don't care about my past. We're good.
Pash schmast. I'm here now.
Right. And she's so happy about it. Oh, my dad, he hears me out. And I was afraid that if I told you who I was, that you weren't going to stick around after you helped mom get better. He's like, nah, I'm not going anywhere this time. You guys are my family and I want to be a part of your lives again. And so Serena's like, yeah, I'm so happy you're back. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want to step on anyone's toes. And she's like, look, Rufus, I love him, but you're my real dad. Back at the loft while all this is going on, Eric is talking to Rufus and he's like, my dad is manipulating this whole situation and you're allowing him to do so. I'm not okay with this. You love my mom. You guys are meant to be together. It should be you standing next to her at this event. So go fight for her. And Rufus is like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to do that. And at that moment, Elliot comes in because William called him saying that Eric doesn't have any plans tonight and maybe they should get together because Eric in the beginning of the episode mentions him and Elliot just couldn't get it to work to have a first date.
Yeah.
And so Rufus, being the nice guy that he is, says, look, you should cut your dad some slack. He is trying. As much as you hate him, maybe try and hear his side a little bit too.
Which I'm glad at this point Rufus can look and be like, all right, I get the dad move here.
I get it. Yeah, he understands the dad perspective. So Rufus shows up at the gala and apologizes to Lily about going behind her back about the apartment. And they make up and they kiss where you pan to William, who's watching them. So Chuck, he goes over to Jenny and he's like, Lily looks really good. And Jenny's like, I know, doesn't she look so good for her condition? And he's like, yes, I'm very suspicious of this. And Jenny's like, oh, yeah, maybe we should be suspicious of this. William goes up to make his speech and he mentions how he has made so many sacrifices. And the biggest mistake he's ever made was to sacrifice his family over all of it. And he's like, I'm just going out of left field. I didn't prepare. I prepared a speech, but this isn't it. And I'm not going anywhere. I care about my family. I'm going to be here. I love you. I love my family.
Inappropriate speech for what is happening here. And also
everyone's like,
but do you clap? And then Serena's like so touched, like she's crying.
Yeah,
and
oh man, he heard me.
He was inspired by me. And then Rufus is standing right there, like, "Hello, did anybody hear what he said?"
Right? And even Gossip Girl's like, "Oh shit, did William just try and step in on his wife?" Yeah, pretty much. And so later on, Lily goes to Rufus, yeah, maybe you were right about William, but it's okay. I don't love him.
I love you.
I love you. We're good. Rufus is like, we're not good because I told you I don't trust him and I would like you to get another doctor. At this point, I'm fed up. And she's like, well, me too. I need some space. You should sleep in Brooklyn tonight. I just don't get it.
I know. This is like our third time talking about it, and I still can't get over it.
Like what kind of argument? That wasn't an argument. It was just like he's concerned for his marriage, and you're like, no, I can't hear this.
Her way of taking it is, oh, you don't trust me.
Which
and it's like,
nobody trusts you at this point, Lily.
Lily, how could we trust you?
We can't trust you. You have lied. I mean, over and over and over again.
What's true anymore? More lies than truth.
Yes,
right?
It's so true. And he's like, Lily, I mean, okay, I guess I'll go and sleep in Brooklyn. And so at that moment, Jenny is outside and she ends up running into some girl that she sold the wrong pills to. And this girl's upset and it pretty much puts her on blast. And Rufus overhears. And he's like, oh, come on. Let's both go back to Brooklyn.
Like I need a hole in the head.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you're punished. What else is new? Holland, she's at this event. And she goes over to Serena looking for Lily, but she's like, I'm just going to tell you instead because you're here.
Did you notice, or you probably did, but she first goes to grab Rufus.
And hey, Rufus, I wasn't expecting to see you at this event. He brushes her off.
Yeah, and I think that brush off ignited her to go talk to Serena.
Yes, and so we don't hear what she says to Serena, but we can assume Rufus didn't tell the truth about what happened with him in Holland. So now Serena's pissed and she runs after her dad, says, look, Dad, if you want to be with Mom, I support you fully. Let's do this. She ends up inviting him back to the loft and the four of them catch up and Eric is okay with his dad being there. And then Rufus calls to speak with Lily. However, Serena says, oh, she's too tired to come to the phone and hangs up. And she tells her mom it was Blair on the phone. We do have a quick scene of Jenny researching on Bing just cancer.
Yeah.
And because she has this history with pills a little bit, she calls Chuck and says, something's just not adding up here with Lily's medication. And Chuck's like, I'm on it.
I would so love if this show turned into Chuck
detectives
and
Chuck and Jenny detectives.
As detectives. I would absolutely love that.
Same. It would be like a Veronica Mars.
I'm just constantly looking for Veronica Mars in my life, and I haven't found that.
I know. Unfortunately, it's not going to be here.
I know.
All right. So we quickly have to sum up the Vag storyline because
forgettable.
Yeah, they're extremely forgettable. Things are very awkward. They've been walking on eggshells with each other for a couple of days now. And so Vanessa breaks the silence like, look, I'm sorry about what happened. I'm sorry you saw my Tisch school book. And Patch is like, you know what? We're just two struggling artists and we're in a relationship and we have to know how to navigate that. So his suggestion, let's just not talk about anything of importance and we'll just talk about politics, Jersey Shore, and what they want to eat. Because that's what that's what you talk about. And Dan invites her to come to brunch with him at Rufus's. And she says, I can't because of a topic I can't discuss with you. So later on, Dan calls Rufus to say that he's running late to brunch and that Vanessa can't make it. And Rufus says, oh, yeah, about her internship at CNN. And Dan's like, well, I don't really know anything about that. That's like an off-limits topic right now. And so Rufus says, you might want to talk about it because there's a potential she's going to go to Haiti for 3 months. And Dan says, like, look, Dad, I put my waffle away. I got to go talk to my girlfriend. So Vanessa and Padge meet up. And he is pissed that she didn't tell him, but also she says, hey, this topic was off limits. Not that I'm saying this is a good thing. But also he did say, yeah, this internship topic is off limits.
That's true.
And she reveals that she did get it. And now she can go to Haiti for 3 months. And so they do argue a little bit. And Vanessa says, things were just easier when we were friends. There was no competition there and it was easier to talk to you about things. And he's like, well, do you want to go back to that? And she says, I don't know.
And we said this too, and because everyone was talking about it in the chat, and then I said it before, that I think depending on your relationship, but it is easier
to compete when you're a friend
and not with your significant other, because you're not going to be in your significant other and be like, hey, you're not giving me affection with a friend. And I'm not saying it's great, because you should support your friends and you shouldn't be jealous of your friends. And honestly, it all comes back to how you feel about yourself. So if you're insecure about yourself, that's a reflection of what's happening.
Right. A little jealousy there.
A little jealousy. And, you know, when you're a friend, you can separate yourself. Like, oh, I can't get together tonight. Not that you're going to ghost them, but you don't have to deal with that whole like, oh, you're acting weird or giving me a weird vibe. You're not holding my hand. You don't want to cuddle tonight. Like, what's going on? It's a little too close for comfort.
Right. And I mean, this issue and so people were saying in the chat too, like, what if they've never competed against something before? And they might not have at this point, but like lying, keeping the secret about it, it's not great.
And also, you know, now it shows that Vanessa is getting way more than Padge. She's getting an internship and then to the school. Getting to go to Haiti with the CNN internship, and Padge literally hasn't gotten anything. So yeah, there's a little jealousy there.
He's definitely jealous. So later on, Vanessa apologizes, saying like, I'm not used to having to consult with someone else about these things, which I get. Like, she's not used to having to kind of tell another person what's happening in her life, like a significant other.
Right.
And she understands why he's upset. And she says, like, I'm not going to Haiti because I care about this relationship more and this is more important to me. And Padge is like, are you sure? And obviously he's happy and wants to celebrate this. But later on, he does talk to Jenny. They talk about her drug dealing past, and he encourages her, you should talk to Dad about it before he finds out. But of course, we know it gets ruined anyway. But she says, you should talk to Vanessa about your problems. Of course.
Right.
It's always like, do we need the scene for them to tell us? We don't need the scene.
No.
Every single episode, it's Padge and Rufus, Padge and whoever. You should talk to them. Why do we need this? We know they should talk. That's a whole part.
Just show us.
Just show up.
Them talking.
So annoying.
We'll figure it out.
Exactly. So Dan goes to see Vanessa and tells her, you need to take the internship. He doesn't want them to make decisions based on fear, and don't worry, we'll figure it out. And the two make up, and she's, I'm really going to miss you, and I have to go tell the CNN person that I'm not going. I'm sorry, that I am going. And that's where we leave them for the episode. And lastly, we have to include Blair in all of the mix.
Sure, yeah.
So Blair girl, she's walking around Columbia campus.
Music is playing, and
this is so interesting. It's like this little like movie inside the episode of Blair.
Blair's world.
It's Blair's world. Is exactly right. And she's just desperate to get away from the NYU campus because everyone's figuring out their housing for next year, and she just hates that school. Doesn't want to figure out where she's going to live, and so she's like, I'm going to go to Nate's lacrosse game. I'm going to go on the Columbia campus. And she ends up running into the two headband-wearing girls that she met at her mother's fashion show. And they make the assumption, oh my God, is Blair Waldorf transferring to Columbia? And Blair's like, yeah, I am. Columbia. It's so annoying. I think her name is Jessica. And so the three of them end up bonding over, like, you know, the lavish things in life. And this is when she gets the text from Serena that she's stressing over the Jenny drama. And so Blair ignores it. She's like, ugh, stupid. I don't need to do anything about this.
So proud at this
So
moment.
proud. But then the Minion girls are like, oh my God, Blair Waldorf has gone soft. And why wouldn't you get revenge on Jenny for pissing off Serena van der Woodsen?
She can't do that to Serena van der Woodsen.
Not Serena van der Woodsen. So Blair admits, like, hey, I don't really have any dirt on Jenny right now. So I'm not really going to say anything. And so the one girl says that Jenny sold her boyfriend Adderall a few months back. And bam, they send it to Gossip Girl.
I can't even believe that this is a thing. Like, sold Adderall. Like, don't they all do this?
Right?
Like, is this really a big deal?
Right? It's just silly.
All these rich kids? Like, come on.
Exactly. So later on, Blair is lurking around the Columbia campus, and Nate sees her and is wondering why she's there and why she's looking like she's trying to pass as a student. And also, he thought she was better than trying to sell out Little J again.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. And so she's like, yes, I admit it. I'm pretending to be a student. I hate my life at NYU, and I just got caught up in my old ways. And one of the new Minion girls overhears this and overhears her saying that she's not going to Columbia. And so she sends it to Gossip Girl. And then Nate tells her that, look, you can make it right with Jenny, but Chuck might not get the chance to make it right with Lily, which prompts Blair to go see Chuck. So in his typical hungover, grimy fashion, Chuck is lying on the couch, teasing Blair, and Blair's trying her best to ignore him and says, look, I know what this is about. You lost Chuck. You lost Bart. Elizabeth betrayed you, and Lily is the only parental figure you've ever had in your life, and you're afraid to lose her. I get it, but you might not ever have the chance to say what you really want to say to her.
This is really good.
Really, really good. So, as we know, he does go to the event to see Lily. So, when Blair leaves, she ends up reading the Gossip Girl blast that the girl sent that she doesn't go to Columbia, and ends up calling Amalia at NYU to say, hey, I'm going to take this spot in your sophomore apartment next year. Because Blair's like, what do I have to do? I'm going to NYU next year.
Yeah.
So Blair ends up going to the gala for William at Columbia, where the two headband ladies make fun of her for being a fake student there. And then Blair heads to the bar and talks to just random man about how she loves Columbia so much and she hates that she's at NYU, and he happens to be an admissions counselor.
How convenient.
How convenient. He's like, Blair Waldorf. I know that name. Our acceptances are going out tomorrow, but I can tell you that you're going to come to Columbia next year.
Yeah, I just read yours today.
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but thanks. And so Nate comes over and he's like, why do you look so excited? And she says, I got into Columbia. I don't know how it's possible. And Nate says, that bastard did it. Chuck got you into Columbia. He applied for you a few months ago and now you're in. And she's like, oh shit. She's so happy.
Yeah.
So she runs into the two headband Minion-esque girls later on and says, you girls were wrong about me, and I am going to Columbia next year, and they want to room with her now. And she's like, no, I don't room with the help. And look, if you want to see a Blair Waldorf takedown, cross me again and see what happens firsthand.
Yeah.
And so then she checks Chuck to thank him. Thanks for helping me out. And really, that is where we close the episode. We're going to take a short break and we're going to come right back with our segments.
Did you ever go on vacation with your family and hope the dance instructor would fall in love with you?
No, but I did think a guy with a giant boombox playing Peter Gabriel outside my window in the middle of the night meant true and undying love.
Listen to our podcast, Happily Ever Aftermath, where we revisit these movies and it turns out they weren't the best ideas.
What were we thinking?
You can find our podcast, Happily Ever Aftermath, on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or your favorite podcatcher.
You can also tweet at us at HEAMCAST, Heamcast.
Gong. Except you don't pick it. It doesn't pick up. Not really.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Welcome back from break. I have one point of trivia that the episode was based off the movie It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Never seen it, but I have heard of that before.
Yeah.
Jess did send me one goof. In season 1, Serena tells Dan her dad went to Harvard. But in this episode, William is a Columbia alumni.
Oh.
Maybe he went to med school at Columbia. Maybe we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But yes, I guess that is a goof.
Yeah.
Music in the episode, we had Animal by Neon Trees, Audience by Cold War Kids, Forever Young by Last Gang, Let's See It by We Are Scientists, and Salvation by Scanners.
Good music.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was good music in this episode. Questions and comments. I'm going to start over with emails first.
Okay.
Angelina, she sent over her thoughts this week. She says, Serena and Nate kissing in the beginning look like Barbie and Ken.
Yes.
They're just so pretty.
They are very pretty.
She says, shout out to Columbia and college for strategically being mentioned in this episode. I mean, because really, there's never any college being mentioned in this episode for the most part. In the show, I should say. Mm-hmm. Blair regretting her life choices and desiring her old self. Her almost minions are symbolic of her legacy. Who is she if she isn't Queen Bee?
True.
Tying in her desire to please to her revealing that Jenny was a drug dealer was perfect. Angelina also loves that the drug dealing linked her to figuring out that the medicine for Lily was off.
Right. I mean, I need a detective spinoff show.
Right, so true. Nate was also the perfect person to be real with her. With Jenny, she means when she gets crushed, she can only go higher from here. Angelina also really liked that Chuck sent in Blair's application because he knew her well. Nate was right. This is the only thing that he did right, and that him figuring out that William was suspicious in this episode as well.
Yeah.
Serena is still that abandoned 4-year-old girl at heart, which is very sad. It is also so upsetting that he is more focused on Lily than his own daughter. It explains Serena's selfishness. Both of her parents focus on their own needs. It's true. It's so telling that William doesn't know Eric is gay. Eric's reaction really explains his character. While Serena went wild without guidance, Eric was forced to create a sense of stability for himself. Mm-hmm. So true. Mm-hmm. The show really does need more Eric. Maybe we get less of him because it shows how unglittery this world can be. That would break the illusion. Very true. Vag, instead of learning to communicate, decide that they're going to communicate less. That's not going to confound their problems at all. Padge, you can't say, let's not talk about any career opportunities and then be mad that she didn't tell you about the internship. They really highlighted jealousy here, which hasn't been an issue in their relationship yet. Can Padge handle his female counterpart being more successful than he is?
No.
It was good that he let her go. Yeah, it's so true. Serena's line about Jenny being the problem was so perfect. Them comparing the paternal relationship shows that family can hit below the belt. It stung because it hit on Rufus's desire to be a good parent and see Jenny as good. Speaking of Rufus is in such a tough position in this scenario. His wife is sick. He doesn't want to upset her, but he's rightfully suspicious.
Right.
These gaslighting techniques from William are so clear. Rufus, in contrast, is also such a good dad to Eric. He prioritizes Eric's relationship over his own feelings, but Eric can also see how happy Rufus makes Lily. While Serena is only thinking of her own happiness, again, it was very convenient that Holland was there to justify that. A public declaration of love makes William look more suspicious and gives Rufus more reasons to be jealous.
Yeah.
What is sleeping at the loft more distance going to do? True. And Angelina thinks this might be the best written episode of the season, with everyone showing their true colors.
Okay. I love her thoughts.
Yeah,
but
great.
I have to keep that best written episode of the season. Okay.
We have 2 more to go.
Yeah, we shall see.
Tish also sent her thoughts. She doesn't know how to feel about this episode. It was frustrating but enjoyable. Mm-hmm. You could feel the tension of that breakfast scene coming through the screen. When Chuck showed up for Lily and they hugged, she got teared up, even though she was never a huge fan of Cher, but the way Blair was able to talk some sense into Chuck and he got her into Columbia, and Tish liked that. Tish is also annoyed that they never give Nate anything to do other than randomly talk to some characters or show up at an event.
Yeah, I know.
So true. Jenny and Chuck together are creepy, but them being the ones to think something is off is perfect because they are the masterminds of their family and they know what to look for.
Yes.
Tish hopes that we get some growth in Blair, even if she is on the Upper West Side, and hopes Rufus can save their marriage. Honestly, Serena not telling her mother that Rufus called is the same thing that Jenny did to her 2 episodes prior.
Oh, of course. Sure.
Tish gives the episode 2.5 out of 3 glasses of gossip. She has some questions.
Okay.
Do you think Rufus actually slept with Holland?
I don't.
Is this the end of Rufus and Lily and the start of Lily and William?
No. I don't think it's the end of them just yet, and I don't think it's the start of Lilium, which is the best ship name ever.
I know.
If anything, I think it will just be Lily single again.
Okay.
I don't think William's staying around for that long.
Tish wants to know, how long do you think before it is exposed that Lily isn't actually sick? We have 2 more episodes left, so.
End of next week's episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long before we see the end of Padge and Vanessa?
Well, she's when is this internship happening? So I think they'll try it, but 3 months it's a long time and it's not a long time.
Right.
So I think something's going to happen in that where he'll emotionally move on, or there'll be someone else and she'll come back and they'll be like, oh, we don't actually connect.
Right. Okay. I have Will's email, which I'm super excited to read. This week, he did character storylines as One Tree Hill and OC vibes.
I'm so excited.
Yes. Let me preface this. If you do not want OC or One Tree Hill spoilers, please fast forward. But I'm going to read these off because they're so beautifully said. Chef's kiss, as Will says.
Wonderful.
He has Serena, Lindsay post Caleb heart attack vibes, aka Ants Rants vibes.
So good.
Nate, Ryan playing soccer vibes.
Oh my God.
Because he doesn't play soccer ever.
And we haven't seen Nate with lacrosse.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Dan, Seth when summer goes to round vibes.
Uh-huh. Yes. Wow.
Vanessa, Haley when Nathan goes to summer camp vibes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, remember that?
Yeah.
Rufus, Lucas when Dan gets too close to Karen season 4 vibes. Yes. Lily, Marissa when she rejects Ryan for Oliver vibes. Oh my God, that's so true.
Perfect.
William, we know he is psycho Derek vibes.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Chuck, Lucas and Peyton, Thud Magazine vibes. Yes. Blair, Brooke, close over bros success vibes.
Yes.
Jenny, Lucas meeting Abigail vibes.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Eric, Peyton and Ellie good time vibes. Oh my God. Jessica, Tim vibes. Jessica's the blonde.
No, I know.
Holland, Hurricane Taylor, Rebecca Bloom vibes.
Oh, snap.
Literally, that was probably my favorite segment he's ever done because it makes like our shows complete.
I know.
I love that so much.
Those were so perfect.
Those are so spot on.
Thought out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you really put a lot of time and effort into those because they were awesome. Will also adds, P.S. I really want to do a guest spot on the show, partially because I want to make my petition for Maureen being the best Gossip Girl character, and for Willa and Dan NYU power couple argument.
Hey, Will, I liked Maureen, and I was
we liked her. She was a spiffy one.
She caused some ish and then went away, and I'm pissed about that.
Yeah, definitely. He says Chuck's emoji from last week was the bruh, I'm sick face, and Willa's was the painting red hot thirsty face.
Oh yes, okay.
Looks like this Doctors Without Borders needs some boundaries. And then he says, that's all I have to say about this episode. Lily and William are pissing me off. Then he puts the Chris Crocker leave Brittany alone emoji, leave Rufus alone. My God.
Fantastic.
Well, you are my spirit animal.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Right. Over to Instagram. We're going to start with Jess at Mrs. Boquist. She was happy to see Chuck show up for Lily and liked him teaming up with Jenny.
Yeah.
Jess was annoyed at Holland for airing out the stories to Serena. She should have just directly gone to Lily.
Inappropriate. Don't do it to a kid.
So true. Like, this is not Serena's business.
A young girl, yeah.
Yeah. Grace.Borja wants to know, Michelle, what do you think is going to happen with Blair going to Columbia? Do you think it's a better fit for her?
I do.
Also, what do you think about Chuck applying for her?
That doesn't surprise me.
Right.
I mean, at the time, they
were together.
They were together, and Chuck always wanted Blair to believe in herself and better herself because he was bettering himself.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yes.
And I think Columbia, she's been dying to go there. She wanted
to go there in the beginning of last season. So.
Yeah. So
Tish also added, do you think she's going to have more scenes with Nate now? Even though Nate doesn't go to school at Columbia.
No, Nate, we make jokes that he goes.
Yeah. That was funny when they made the joke last week that Nate doesn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Mike at Del_Vasto says he liked how the writers, it was Mike that said this, had both Vanderwoodson kids react differently to their dad being around.
Yeah.
So shitty of Jenny to try and air out all of Serena's dirty laundry to Will. Mike doesn't blame Rufus for his actions. How come no one sees how or cares how uncomfortable he is? So true.
Yeah,
no one cares about Rufus.
No one cares. Yeah.
He also loved how Blair went to talk to Chuck to give him the advice that shows some growth in her.
Yeah.
Questions. What do you think Chuck meant when he said Lily was the picture of good health?
I think he means that
he's
something's not right.
Yeah, he's worried.
Yeah.
Predictions for Jenny and the pills.
I'm just so excited for this make-believe detective spinoff show I just created in my head.
Same.
So, and I'm very excited to see how they're going to play this out because Jenny literally goes on Bing's cancer. She calls Chuck and she's like, I can't tell you how I know this, but something's not right.
Yeah.
It's like, how did we get there? What in the terms of cancer, what did you actually bang?
Right. And also the prescription says they're oxys. And so maybe Jenny looked in the bottle and was like, these don't look like oxys. When she gives Damien the pill bottle, the bottle itself says oxycodone on it.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
And then in next week's episode, the pills
we come back to
it. It does say oxy on it. So maybe Jenny was like, wait, I know what oxy is. I've been selling that shit. And this doesn't look like oxy. Something's weird. So we'll see.
Right.
Very excited for next week's episode.
Yeah, me too. You guys are all talking about it.
Yeah, it's great. The next two, honestly,
and
the
Nicole
end of the season. And Nicole is going to be here. I'm like literally couldn't be more perfection.
Much
more perfection next
Nicole.
week. Yeah, she's going to love this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna at Ree Simpson 13 says she kind of wanted to punch Serena in the face in the beginning with inviting Will and not consulting anyone about it.
Yeah, but I don't blame.
Right. It also pissed Rihanna that she made Rufus move over.
Yeah.
Can you move over for my dad, Rufus? Jenny's points to Serena were valid, though.
Yes.
Vic at Muse Chick loves how Serena judges others, yet then acts like them with her pettiness. Chuck is disgusting, but his relationship with Lily is the only saving grace they have both come so far.
I agree to that. Yes, Vic.
Vic hopes Vanessa meets someone in Haiti so her and Padge can finally be over. She's lucky it's only 3 months and not like a year. And not a year like one of our other pod couples.
You know, every time you've brought up Vag on this podcast, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about their storyline.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're on the show.
How little I was entertained by them this week.
Yeah, I know. It's generally every single week.
No, I know. But especially
bring Olivia back.
Oh, she was so cute.
Yeah, I honestly would much prefer, let's have Sag again.
Okay, not for
Sorry,
nothing.
guys.
I was going to say...
You want Sag back?
No, but like even a Serena and Padge moment.
We need a little bit more of that.
I'm okay with it. I'm sure the boys are screaming
They're screaming right now.
You're welcome.
You guys are good. You guys, we're good. We're good. And like most, Vic doesn't trust William and hopes that the truth will come out soon. It's very easy to manipulate when she's mad at Rufus. Lily, I'm...
Sure, yeah,
yeah.
Of course.
Her questions, what do you think was Serena's biggest lie of the day this week?
Well, I don't think she really did much lying.
Yeah, I mean, the lie that she told, I
think she's fabricating.
There you go.
And I think it just comes from this insecure place of, oh my gosh, I don't want my dad to go away. I only see my dad as my dad and he's here and I don't want him to go away.
Right, and I'm doing everything possible to keep that.
It's just sad is what it is.
It is sad. Vic also wants to know, do you see Chuck and Blair getting back together before the end of the season?
No.
Okay. That is all of our questions and comments. You guys were great as always.
Guys.
Thank you so much. We're going to go into our segments, fashion, and headbands. I had 5 this week.
3, 4, 5, 6. I had 7. I think I counted those 2 girls like 2 more, so technically 5.
Jess had 6, so 5 to 7 headbands.
Okay.
Gotta give a nod to Chuck's new haircut. It does look good.
Yeah, better. I liked Vanessa's bird necklace.
Oh, I didn't notice that. But I did like her oversized like poncho
so
tribal
cozy.
pattern thing.
Serena had really pretty earrings.
The peach teardrop earrings?
Yeah. And
I love those.
The gemstone ones to the event. Yeah.
Also, I like that mint robe that she was wearing.
Too.
That was a really pretty color.
Very, very pretty. I like Blair's yellow coat.
I also liked Blair's red dress at the event.
And Serena's dress, while that color was very pretty on her, not many people can pull off that like very neutral champagne.
Yeah,
color.
no, I would look awful in that color.
Same.
I'm way too pale.
I wore a similar color to my friend's wedding, and that was
it
before
just washes you out. Yeah,
I didn't even tan. It was like before I started, and you would help me.
The good old
ghost.
days.
And I had dark
Ghostly.
hair. I was a ghost. But she looked pretty.
She looked beautiful.
The length was weird, but she looked pretty.
I like Dan's long sleeve gray shirt. He's looking pretty buff.
Same.
Pretty buff.
It's looking pretty good.
Pretty good. And I did like Jenny had like this long like layered necklace thing going on.
It was cute.
Yeah. Some quotes.
Yes.
Judge away. Shame turns me on, even though it's kind of disgusting.
We're 2 artists in a relationship.
He's still using cooking as therapy.
Are you transferring to Colombia?
So if you can make sure that there's a seat for me in VIP, preferably next to an injured Q player, not one on scholarship, though.
Jenny can't do that to Serena Vanderwoodson.
I bet too. No way that room is haunted by Chuck's depravity.
Blair, you're future president of the United States.
Did you see her face?
Or
when
Chanel.
They said that? Or Chanel. How many problems does Jenny have to cause until you realize she's the problem?
Does Serena know you were trying out plaid?
I had that. Jenny Humphrey, drug dealer. I can work with that.
Welcome to Colombia, Blair Waldorf.
Whoa, okay, you've got crazy eyes.
Jenny, you bitch.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Same. Okay, MVP and shittiest. We had a broad spectrum, and I'm actually kind of feeling like I want to change my answer, but I'm going to give a blue ribbon. I think I'm going to give a blue ribbon.
Okay. I don't really have a strong MVP, but...
Okay, yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, name.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and also my blue ribbon goes to Eric.
Yeah, that was I was teetering with that.
I just love Nate each week. And Tish did joke, like, why don't they give him anything but, like, talking to his friends? But he's the only one that gives sound advice, that is there for everyone, that generally does the right thing, says, hey, you guys are doing stupid shit, talk to each other, do this, like, love your dad, don't love your dad, whatever. Like, I don't care. I just want everyone to be happy. And he looks great. In this episode, he's like, yeah, Blair, just be you.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I chose him, too.
Yes. And we had Rihanna pick Eric, and I also gave my blue ribbon to him, and she gave her blue ribbon to Rufus. Chuck was given by Jess, Tish, and Will for getting Blair the acceptance. Mike picked Blair, shocker, because of some growth this episode, and Vic picked Padge in this episode.
Really?
Yes. Shittiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Okay, yep.
3, 2, 1. Headband Twins.
Headband Twins is a real good one.
Lily is a good one, though.
You know, I didn't want to pick Lily because she's sick, but however, that doesn't excuse how you treat someone, and you're not being very considerate or nice to your husband. Where you guys have a rocky relationship, and you're like, but Rufus, I love you.
Yes.
I don't love him.
But you're not really showing that.
And you're not taking into consideration of what it might be to wear the other shoe. I mean, come on. Like, if roles were reversed.
She'd be feeling pretty shitty right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I picked Zoe and Jessica because I felt like they were just annoying in this episode. But also giving a blue ribbon to William for really with the inappropriateness.
Right.
Will also gave it to William, funny enough.
Yeah.
Jess, Rihanna, Vic, and Mike added William to Serena as their shittiest. And Tish picked Rufus for not playing the smart game. Which, I mean, you can't really blame him. But
Right.
Patron of the week?
Yeah.
It's Patron of the week.
Patron of the week.
It's Patron of the week. Who will it be? It's Patron of the week.
This week I'm honoring someone who I've never honored before, and she's been with the network for a few months now. Her name is Ashley.
Ashley, hey girl.
She's been participating a lot in our Topic Tuesdays, and we wanted to say hello and thank you. We're excited that you are participating more and that we're getting to know you a little bit more. And so I named you Baby Girl.
Baby girl. Where'd you... Liz cracks herself up.
I do. Does anyone watch Criminal Minds? Because Shamara Moore's character calls a character a baby girl all the time. It just makes me laugh. But I called her that because in her profile picture, there's a sweet baby girl. It has her profile picture. I'm assuming that's your daughter. So angelic and adorable. And so I felt like you were sweet and angelic too. And I called you baby girl. And I hope that doesn't offend you because I mean it in the sweetest way possible. Like, I just want to hug you, baby girl.
Every name is like, we hope we don't offend you. And I'm like,
because that's me, and I'm always afraid I'm going to offend people.
Same. I never want to be offensive or anything, but baby girl is so sweet.
It's sweet, right? Little cuddle.
Baby girl.
Baby girl. Okay, so as I've been teasing, next week is a really, really fun, intense, kind of Veronica Mars-esque episode.
Yes,
if I'm just going to throw it out there.
This is what I'm waiting for and hoping for.
I truly, really, really enjoy this penultimate episode, and I'm so excited that Nicole's going to be here with us, going to watch it with us, hopefully join the Netflix party and talk to us, because she picked a good episode. She picked a really good episode.
Well, she wanted the finale.
I know she wanted the finale, but we tend to keep the finale just us two.
Yes.
My sister wanted the finale too. It's a big finale.
It has to be. I mean, there's a lot that could happen here. So
yeah. So the title for next week, episode 21 of season 3, Ex-Husbands and Wives.
Okay.
Oh my God, they literally sound like they're going to crash through the floor upstairs right now.
Yeah.
The 3 gossip words I have created are
3 gossip words.
funny because Jess had 2 out of my 3 she sent me.
Oh, Jess.
My 3 gossip words are date, teamwork, psychiatrist. Oh my God, Max is literally rolling around upstairs.
Okay. So I think Chuck and Jenny will make a date, and this will be teamwork, figuring out with the psychiatrist what kind of meds are on. I think maybe these meds were prescribed by a very crooked psychiatrist, which is making... I don't know. How would they spin this, though? Like making Lily think she's sick.
Okay.
When she's not actually sick.
Oh, okay.
However, like if you're taking drugs, right? Or you're taking medication, wouldn't you be curious of what they were?
Right. But she trusts William so much. She trusts
William so much. Or maybe what the label is not actually what's in the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Right. So she doesn't know
what she's actually
taking. She just reads the label and says, oh, this is what I know.
And do we know what made her think she was sick?
I mean, in the beginning, I assume
she was feeling sick.
She felt something weird. And he does go
felt her
neck. So maybe she had like swollen lymph nodes and something like that. And she went to a doctor and said, oh, shit, I have cancer, and sought out her ex-husband because he specializes in that.
So that means, like, if we're going off of, I think she got a wrong diagnosis, someone diagnosed her wrong, she called William, and William was like, hook, line, and sinker, let me take advantage. And heal her. And if that's the case, he's like a super villain, which is kind of fun.
It is
like,
fun.
I think he's slimy and disgusting, but
definitely.
Much respect if this is the route you're going and you pull this off. Holy crap, you are twisted. Let's hope it goes there. I really, 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 really hope it goes there, and let's spice it up and make this super, super dramatic.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I think it's going to be. I think the 2 of them are going to figure it out. Jenny and Chuck are on the case, and I really hope they're like buddy detectives with gear and stuff.
With gear.
Chuck is not cool. Like, I don't find Chuck cool.
Chuck is not cool
or anything. So it's not going to go that way. But Jenny could.
Jenny definitely could. She'd be cool in some like disguise.
Yeah.
All right. Tish this week says, "Hey Michelle, I'm going to jump on the Padge train.
Welcome aboard, toot toot."
Just that's all she said. You convinced her.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So who do you think is Gossip Girl?
Well, it's hard because Blair tipped off Gossip Girl.
And Jessica
tipped off Gossip Girl, which means nothing, but just means like they're helping.
Right.
And so it came directly from them. I'm going to go with Padge because this whole like sob story of, oh, I have nothing going for me. And then I'm just angry. So like I still have this creative writing process. I still feel it's like a creative writer.
I love that.
Like it's still, I don't know how we can play this for another 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, I mean 6 is short, so we really have the bulk of next season, which is 22 episodes.
So really it's 3 because we have all of 4, all of 5, all of 6.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's a lot of creative writing, Padge. But I guess once you're in it, you're in it. And also, I don't know. I'm going that way, but I'm like, maybe he took over or somehow got involved because did he really create it? He was such like a loser or a nobody. And how long did Gossip Girl exist for?
When they started high school.
That's when it was established?
Yeah. So they say that's when she came about, was when they started high school.
It's super petty.
She must be their age.
It's so
petty.
Much to keep up with.
Yeah.
Hang on. Excuse me. Yeah. But
it's exhausting being Gossip Girl, I'm sure.
Yeah. But at this point, there's probably so many people working.
So it helps them out a little bit.
Padge. So Padge doesn't really have to go out and get the information.
They just send it.
Yeah. And he just has to creatively send out the blast.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good stuff.
Okay. I'm going to go with Padge again. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is where we end the episode. As I said, Nicole, our buddy, is going to be on next week. If you have questions and comments for her, please send them our way on any social media account or at our Gmail. Links are always in our description of the episode. If you want to be a guest, maybe go over to Patreon and make a pledge, and you can be in the running to be one of our guest spots for a future episode. We have some bonus episodes of Let's Talk OC coming out pretty soon. Yeah. So if you're a fan of that show, you definitely want to stay tuned and get in your questions and comments when we post the episodes. We will, of course, let you know in advance, and we will have Patreon guest spots for that as well. So again, if that's something that interests you, you love the OC, you love Gossip Girl, you might want to consider joining our little fam. And next week will be the penultimate episode. I cannot believe it. We are on season 3, episode 21 next week.
Wow. And
then we will be wrapping for the season, and we're going to take our little winter break and come back all fresh for season 4. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. But until next week, we hope you guys have a great Thursday, or whenever you're listening to this. We hope you have a great day. You know you love us.
XOXO.
Gossip Girls.